For the record.
Get this one thing clear. Get this one thing. Let's make one thing clear.
For the record.
Get this one thing. Get this one thing clear.
and welcome to Total Strength. My name is Maureen. Total Strength is a full body strength workout, starting from toe and working up to our head. We start with a warm-up and then we are just heading right into the weights. What I have for equipment today is, for me, 3 sets of weights. I have a light, medium, and heavy for me set of weights. I also have a mat. If you do not have weights at home, or if you have a limited number of options at home, I will talk about whether you should go heavy or light or no weight for the different exercises that we do. And we do a lot of body weight exercises today as well. So we will get started, and here comes the music, and let's get our warm-up in. All right, so warm-up is a really good time to check in with your body and see what you got available to you today. Let's just start by stepping side to side, bringing those arms in. We're going to get the heart rate up just a little bit so that we can get that blood going to our large muscle groups. Now back to whether you have weights or no weights. If you have no weights, or you have limited weights and you got to use some lighter weights for some of the heavier weighted moves, not a problem. What you're going to do is you are going to focus on form and execution. All right, let's bring those arms up overhead as we step it side to side, getting that heart rate up just a little bit. So let's take big steps. With those hands heading up overhead, you get that heart rate up going a little quicker, or going up a little quicker. I said that wrong. There we go. All right, let's do a couple more. Then pause right here. March it out. Keep those feet narrow. We're going to step out into a side squat and come into the other side. Here we go. Come down, center, other side. So every time you're coming down, you're coming into a strong squat. Here's what I want you to think about. You're reaching your butt behind. So you are engaging the hips, the cores, and initiating at the hips, not initiating at the knees. All right, let's add some arms. Straight forward, bring them back. All right, let's do a few more like this. Or I guess we're just heading right into it. That's good. Last set. Right there. So just get a little heel dig in there. So you got a dynamic stretch through the calves. Adding bicep curls. So no weights, but just waking up the biceps. All right, 4, 3, 2, let's tap behind. Tap right here, hinge forward, and tap out your toe. Engage your hips and your core. All right, we're gonna bring those arms back. So you're pushing your triceps. You don't need weights. Just get in touch with your triceps. 4, 3, 2, last one right here. Let's take a big breath in. Toes are facing slightly out. Right away going into plies. So a little micro plie. We're not in a wide stance. This time, butt isn't going back. It's going straight down. As you come up, you're squeezing your inner legs. Right there. All right, couple more. Last one, right there. Bring it in. We are gonna do a little bit of hip circles, just a couple, just 3, and then reverse it. 3 right there. Other side, 3 hip circles. Loosening up the joints so that we get good range of motion. 1 more, and come to the front. Have to engage the core. Got a little balance challenge going on right here. All right, roll through your wrists. And reverse. We're gonna open up the chest, bring the heart to the sky, and come forward, hands stack, chin to the chest, and opening up the upper back. Bring the arms down to the thighs, come down, tuck the pelvis, lengthening the lower spine, chin to the chest, and roll it all the way up. Shoulders come up, back, and down. Let's shake it out. So today we are going to start, actually, not toe to head, but start up high. Grab the heavier of your weights or bicep curl weights. We're just gonna get right into our biceps. So let's step into wide stance position if you like. If you need a little bit of support for your lower back, you can step into a split stance position. We're gonna start with the hammerhead curl with the heaviest weights you have, or without weights, or with lower weights than what you would like to be using. You're gonna really focus on that execution and form right there. We're going up 2 and down 2. So every time you come up, contract right there. Just simple bicep curl, then we will add on. Let's do 4 more right here. 3, 2, and last one. Bring it all the way down. Rotate forward, so palms are facing forward. Bring the elbows away from the waist. We're gonna come up to the center and down. Just halfway right there and down. When you get to the top, hold it right there. And if you got heavy weights, that time under tension really adds a lot. If you have no weights or low weights, really focus on contract as you pull it up right there. Whatever weights you have, really focus on that contraction. Halfway. Let's do a few more. Last one, hold right here. Now we're gonna add a little challenge. So we're gonna come from this halfway mark and bring it up, bring it down. Go back up, back to the center. Pause. Check in with your lower back, because this can be a challenge right here. So you can support the lower back by doing that split stance. So you find that right position for you. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one, right here. Let's set those weights down real quick. Open up, thumbs are up. Roll the arms forward, thumbs are forward, then all the way through, thumbs are back, open up. So getting a little release through the biceps. Come forward, palms are forward, fingertips are down. Just shake everything out. We're gonna move into reciprocal muscle triceps. So I'm gonna grab just 1 weight. You can grab 2 weights depending on what you have. And I'm gonna do up and overhead press. So bring it up right here. Here's what I want you to watch. Keep the shoulders down, out of the ears. And it's really easy when you're doing tricep work that's up overhead like this to bring your head down. Hold that good posture all the way up to the top of your head. Elbows are forward, and we're gonna drop down 2 and push up. So let gravity bring that weight down and then push it up. Here we go. Elbows stay forward. Good posture. This is just the beginning, and then we're gonna add on. All right, we're gonna let gravity bring this down, then pulse. 2, 3, bring it up all the way. Drop it down, lift it up, and pulse. Push up and drop it down. Halfway pulse. 2, 3, all the way up. Gravity brings it all the way down, then pulse it again. Up, all the way down, halfway, and pulse. All the way, drop it down, halfway, and pulse. All the way up, drop down, halfway, and pulse. So watch the stability in the shoulders and the core, the lower body. Up, all the way down, pulse, push, drop it down, and pulse. This is our last one. Then single it out all the way up. So once we get it a little fatigued, we add on a little more, pushing to get stronger. Blow your air out right there as you lift it up. All right, couple more. Last one, and hold that weight up, bring it down in front. We're gonna take advantage of that we have this weight with us right here. We're gonna do a shift down to the lower body. So you have your heavy weight right at your waist. You're gonna come into a side lunge, come back to the center. If you need to go wider, go wider. All right, we're gonna come down, down, turn that ankle Come back to the center. Other side. Every time you're coming down, go down as low as you can, either by coming out wider and hold that weight in the center. So that just throws you a little bit off of your center of gravity, just adding that extra weight. Continue to breathe, blowing out as you come down. And here's what I want you to watch on this one. Your knee is going to stay, this knee that is bending is going to stay facing forward. You're not turning out. All right, let's do a couple more each side. We got one more this side, and then one more on this side. Last one. And release. Step it in. Hang on to this weight. We're going to keep using it. We're going to do wood choppers. So moving it back up the body, wide stance. We're going to bring our weight down. As we bring it up, this lower body is going to come into rotation and actually lift the heel as you come in and your hips rotate. It looks like this. So I'm going to bring this weight down and swing it up. So let gravity pull it down, and then you use momentum and your air to lift it up. So it's not a lift through the shoulders. You got momentum. All right. And your heart rate is probably going to head up there a little bit. I love wood choppers. They work the waist, the hips, the booty, the quads. Let's do one more. And slow it down, bring it to center. So you might have been able to see as I came back, there was still momentum through that weight. And so I had to engage my core to slow it down. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to set my weight down. We're going to take a quick water break, and we're going to hit the other side with our wood choppers. But if I don't take a water break, I'm probably going to lose my voice. All right, let's set it up. One weight. We're going to do the wood chopper to the other side, remembering you have that rotation as you are turning. So bring that weight down, lift it up, get momentum, and using your waist, those obliques, every time you're swinging. So make sure you have space, that you're not going to hit anything or anybody. You feel that, that breath go out? So really getting momentum going. Let's do a couple more right here. Last one. And see that swing? That means momentum was going. Let's set these aside. We're done with the heavy weights just for now. Let's take a big breath in and release. Coming back down to the lower body. We're gonna do some explosive squats. That was a tongue twister for me. All right, feet are a little bit past the hips, toes are forward. Just start with a regular squat, coming down and up. So making sure you're initiating from the hips, reaching your butt back, knees don't go past the toes. And one more little tip, if your knees tend to come in as you're doing your squat, you can roll your feet just slightly out to the sides and push out so that you are starting to engage these outer leg muscles in the hip to hold that position together. You don't have to do that unless your knees are wanting to come in. All right, let's do our set. Coming down and up. So just regular squats to start. Every time you're coming up, you squeeze your glutes right there. All right, we're gonna move into our explosive squats. So we're gonna get that little burn going and get the heart rate popping up a little bit. We're gonna drop it down. Pulse, 2, 3, up, pop right back down. Pulse it, pop it up. Pulse, 2, 3, up, drop. Keep it going. I'm gonna go until I feel the burn before I say we go back to our singles. If you feel that burn before me, either work through it or take a quick break before the singles. Pop up, down, 2, 3, up, right back down. So we got time under tension. All right, I'm starting to feel that burn. How about you? So at this point, I'm gonna do a couple more. Last one, hold here and come up, up. 6 more, 5, 4, 3, just a couple more. And here's our last one, right there. So hopefully you felt that burn in the quad, heart rate got up a little bit. Let's move it around. Those are explosive squats. We are gonna do a little bit more with the legs after we bump back up to the upper body. So let's grab medium weights and we're gonna work on our flies. So it's really important for flies that you are hinged forward. Otherwise, you're not doing a fly. If you are not hinged forward as we bring our arms out, then you are working your deltoid muscle. So I'm just gonna set my weights down for a second to review form. You're hinged forward, we are gonna lift out right here. Every time you lift, you are squeezing a pencil at the spine. I see when I'm in person in the studio, a lot of times people just kind of come forward a little bit or they stay up here. They don't want to do that hinge. Do that full hinge, because otherwise if you're up here, now that work has moved here. And we want it in the back, in the latissimus muscle. If it doesn't feel good to you to be hinged this way, sit in a chair and do it. But let's get this done. All right. Toes are forward, knees are soft. Hinge forward, weights come down, and lift and lower. So now you know what I'm doing. Find a spot on the floor that you can look at that's down and slightly ahead. Blow your air out right there every time you lift. Squeeze. We're gonna do a few of these. So that's why I have medium weights rather than heavy. You can also do light if that feels better. All right, here we go. 3, 2, last one, bring it down and bring it up. Set those weights down. Moving back down to the lower body. We got some more leg work to do. We're gonna do a series of lunges and step backs. These are for the hips. They are not necessarily going to burn you out as far as like feeling heavy duty work, but they could. We're gonna work on hip stability and ankle stability. So we're gonna come into a front lunge, out to the like 2 o'clock, out to the side, coming back at an angle, and then all the way back. I just had to adjust so I don't hit my lights. So coming around the clock. So you're gonna come to a front lunge. When you land, knee is over the ankle, out to 2 o'clock, out to 3 o'clock, out to 4 o'clock, behind here. You can land all the way down and back to 6 o'clock and come in. So coming all the way through, you can speed it up. Adds that heart rate, heading up. You got that stable leg. Let's keep going. So heart rate goes up, ankle stability, hip stability, and every time you're stepping forward to the side or back, making sure that everything is strong, stable, and controlled. All right, we're gonna do a few more on this side, and then we'll head over to the other side. This could also get your heart rate up. Depends on the person. One last thing, as we come behind to number 6 on the clock, make sure that that knee is down toward the floor. Here's our last time through on this leg. All right, come behind, drive that knee down, Stay right here. Hold it here. Hips are forward. Knee driving down and lift and lower. All right. We got a few more. Then we're going to drop it down. Drop it and pulse. 2. Lift it up. 2, 3. Up. So pulsing for 3 and lift it up. Down. 2, 3. Lift. One more. Down. 2, 3, and lift. And shake it out. We have to do the other side. So I'm going to make space so I don't have to step on my mat again. So we have 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3, between 4 and 5, and then 6. So the whole time through, you can do this at your pace. Like if you feel like going quick, you can't get that good stability, slow it down. We really want stable hips and stable ankles, but also stable shoulders. So as you are coming forward, for example, don't come forward all the way with the upper body. Stabilize and then come out to the side, side lunge like we did at the beginning. 4 or 5, and then back to 6. I'm having space issues today. All right, let's get going. So we got forward lunge, up to number 2, out to number 3, back here to 4 or 5, and then drop it down to 6. Remember that 6 o'clock, that knee needs to be down toward the floor. So coming all the way through, stabilizing the hips, stabilizing the ankle, and stabilizing the upper body. A lot going on. Keep it going. You can go slow and only go faster if you are in full control and stable for every step out. All right, we got a few more to do. 2 more sets right here. Lunge forward, up to number 2, 3, between 4 and 5, down to 6. Last one. Forward, out, side, at an angle, and 6 o'clock. Hold here. This back knee drives down. Remember we had these coming down and up. So driving that back knee down toward the floor. This front knee does not go up past the toes. All right, ready for those pulses? Right here. 4 more. Oh wait, we did 3, 2, 1, lift. 3, 2, 1, lift. 3, 2, 1, last one. 3, 2, 1, and lift it up. Shake it out. Did that get the heart rate up? Got my heart rate up just a little bit. I'm gonna grab some water, and we are gonna move back up to the upper body with one heavy weight. So we are gonna work on a row. So bilateral row. So let's set this up. One heavy weight, and we're gonna have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. But unlike in a regular lunge, where the back heel is lifted, we're gonna have the back heel down on the floor. So come into this split stance position, and then the front knee is gonna bend. So you're basically in kind of a runner's lunge stretch. Hinge forward, heavy weight comes down, and row back. Here's what I want you to think about. You are stabilizing, so we're not coming up and around and rotating. You're actually stabilizing your whole core all the way from front to back. And being in this position and lifting the weight is gonna make your whole core work all the way from front to back. So driving the elbow back as you are holding this stable position. Let's do 4, 3, 2, Last one, bring it down and come up. Now we're going to use these weights for a little shoulder work and a little bit more reverse lunge. So come up on the back, toes, heel is up, drop down, bring that weight in between and lift. Drop down again. So trying to keep your heart out as you are going low and alternating that weight side to side. So lots of stability today. We're just going to do one more set right here. Bring the weight back to the other side and bring it up, shake it out. We're going to set it up for the other side. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, in basically a runner's lunge. So this back heel stays down. This front knee does not go past the ankle. From the hips, hinge forward, stabilize, and then row right here. So keeping that rotation out of it and stabilize all through the whole circumference of your torso. Driving that elbow back. And blow your air out right there. So we got our heavy weight, adding a little challenge to our stability as we're in this hinged position. Let's just do one more. Right there. And then come back up. Bring that back heel up, and we're going to bring that weight down through that. We're going to thread the needle there and keeping the heart out as we go down and up, threading the needle. So trying not to reach down, but just reaching down and through. All kinds of stability happening in the hips and in the ankles. All right. Let's do 2 more sets right here. 1 more set. Let's bring it back through. And then we are done with that. And shake it out. So the name of the game today is stability through our joints. Let's set that weight down. Grab some water again. And we are going to do a little bit of scapular work. So you can have light weight or no weight. So scapular work all through the backs of the shoulders and through the mid-back. All right. Let's grab our weights. If you are working with weights, grab your weights. If you are not, that is just fine. But let's add a little bit to this. Come into your plie position. So that external rotation. Drop down. Knees facing out toward the toes. So your butt's not back, it's straight down. Weights come out to the sides, palms facing out. We're going to come up as you come, hold right here. Drive the elbows back toward the back pocket and come down. So lift up and drive down. All right, we are going to smooth this out so it's nice and smooth, rising up, driving elbows back, up and back. So this just to get a little extra leg work. Drop down if you can, and also drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Let's do a couple more. Up, drive elbows back, stay right here. Just come up to goalpost, drive the elbows back. Up to goalpost, drive back. If you can, check in with your toes, make sure they're not gripping the floor. All right, couple more. We got this. Last one. And bring it down and come up out of that plie. Walk the feet in. Oh, and let's shake it out. All right, a little bit more with the shoulder. Come into wide, good posture position, toes forward, knees soft, hips and pelvis at neutral. You can drop down a little bit on the knees. We're going to lift up, hands stay below the shoulders and come back down. Here's the thing with this. If you are not engaged at your core, if you're not engaging your abdominal muscles, that lower back can get kind of tired. So make sure that you are supporting your lower back. If you start feeling this in your lower back, lower your weights and set down your weights and really focus just on contracting, concentrating as you come up and come back down. So work on that form and execution. We are going to do just a set of 4 right here. Nice and slow, up 2, down 2, 3 more, up 2, just 2 more. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. There's that breath out and breath back in and release. Let's just roll those weights with our wrists, just getting a little bit, using gravity to get a little bit of mobility through the wrists, and then roll the wrists and reverse. And then we are going to set those weights down. We're going to start moving down onto the mat so that we can get some more floor work, some ab work in. So I'm going to bring out my mat, but before we get all the way laying down, I'm just going to set up, and we are going to do kind of, I guess, a slow burpee, sort of. So what we're going to do is, so we're not going to do full-on burpee because this isn't a HIIT class or a cardio class, but we're going to more focus on the muscle end of things, more the strength and execution. So what I'm going to have you do is actually come down, start down low, and like you are a frog. So you're coming down here in this kind of frog position, toes are out a little bit. You're going to come in, bring your heels in, and lift your butt up. Step out one leg, step out the other leg, and hold. Pop it in, and sit up and hold. Bring your hands down, step out, hold, step out, hold. Pop it in, hold right there. Now, if you want, you can pop it out and hold. That will add a little more intensity. Pop it in and hold. So really slow and controlled. If you're stepping out, try to come into alternating legs. Hold here down in your frog position. Hands come down, step it out, hold in that plank, pop it in. So get that explosion at the end, and you can explode out, just making sure if you do this, you're coming into a good plank every time, then coming back up. All right, let's do a few more. Hold. Bring it down so you kind of roll it forward. Engage the core. Right there, pop it, hold. Roll down, pop it out or step it out. Hold. Bring it in, hold. Bring it down, hold. Pop it up, hold. Keep it going. You're so strong. This will probably make your heart rate go up just a tad. Hold. One more. Hold. Pop up, hold. Bring it down, hold. Hold right here. Stay here. Stay in your plank position. You can be on your knees or on your toes. You can be on your forearms, on your knees there as well. All right, so as I am getting into this, I'm going to move myself further into my mat to protect myself, but I'm going to keep my toes off the edge of the mat. So holding in this plank position, hold right here. Having some space if you're on a mat at the end of your mat. Engage the core and step forward and back. So just the legs coming in and back. Step in so your knees are hovering over the floor or the mat. And you can do this down here. And if you're on your knees, you are coming up on your toes and coming back down. So find that right position for you. And let's get our set in. So if you're stepping in, join me stepping in and out. So you're basically kind of stepping into a hover and stepping out. All right, few more. Last one right here. Let's drop it down. Come into a child's pose. And blow your air out and release. We're gonna come into our tabletop position. So I'm stepping out my legs so that my knees are underneath my hips and my fingers are wide. My wrist is under my elbow, underneath my shoulder. Holding here, bringing the head and neck in alignment. And hold here, bring the navel up to the spine, lengthen the lower spine, and come back to tabletop. Let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze up and come back to tabletop. Slow, small, controlled movement, and come back. All right, holding this movement and trying to keep from rocking side to side. You're gonna lift one arm out and one leg out, hold. Bring your elbow in and out. In and out. So every time you come back here, hold strong, knee in, shoulder in, hold strong. Bring it in, hold it strong. Again, one more, right here. And hold strong and come back to stable tabletop. Roll the back, chin to the chest, come back to the tabletop position, and we're gonna do the other side. So you're gonna reach out, nice strong position, elbow comes in toward the knee, knee comes in toward the elbow, and come back. Bring it all together, and bring it back. Every time, resetting this position so you're in a good, strong, flat, stable back position, and trying to really keep yourself from rocking side to side. All right, 2 more after this one. There's 1 and 2. Bring it out and bring it back in. Again, tuck the pelvis in, squeezing your navel to the spine, lengthening the lower back, and release. All right, we are gonna flip it over and come into a little bit more, well, I guess the last of the ab work. I guess I'm gonna turn to the, sort of to the side so that you can see all the positioning. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lay out long. So go ahead and lay back if you want to while you listen to this. But you're gonna lay it out long and reach your arms out. And I'm gonna try to do this and stay on the shot and all that jazz. All right, so you're gonna come out long and you're gonna lift up right here. And if you want, you can add knees coming in. Then we're gonna bring it out to the side, bring it center, right there. And then we're gonna come out to the other side. So every time you are coming in the middle, you come in through the center, and then you're alternating coming to the side. Now, other things you can do is as you come in, instead of having knees coming in, you can have legs coming up. You decide what that is gonna look like for you. But we're gonna get our set in and then stretch everything out and enjoy that we are already here on the floor. So stretch it out, get ready for those knees to come in right there. And you can also take the knees out if you don't like that. And just be coming in and out right here and just coming side to side and in the center, in the middle. So you decide what that's gonna look like for you. And blowing your air out as you are lifting up. Whoops, there's that center. Slow and controlled. We are almost there. All right, last set right here. We got this side, come back to the center. Other side, finish it out by coming back to the center. Right there, hold this in, hold your legs in, and bring the upper body down. Bring your knees in and just rock them forward and back. So gently pressing on the shins in front, not pulling on the joint, but just giving a little bit of movement through the shins. Then bring your hands to the top of your knees and just stir the pot, stir your hips. We did a lot of work on the hips today, or a lot of hip use, and then reverse. So using your hands to guide your knees around so you get that loosening up of the hips. Let's do one more time. And release. So one little note here. In this case, because I have this mic pack on, you're going to have to listen to my words and not necessarily what I'm doing, because I'm finding it hard to get this orange between my chin and my chest because of the mic set. But bring that orange between the chin and the chest so that you're not migrating your chin up toward the ceiling. All right, 1 foot down, 1 foot up, and flex the foot. Bring your hands behind the hamstrings. Your knee can be bent or it can be straight. If your leg is straight, that knee is not locked. Take a breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, lift up toward your knee and pull in, getting a little more stretch. This will also lengthen the lower back, and then come back up to the center. Flex. Let's do that again. Take a breath in through the nose. As you breathe out, bringing the knee in toward the chest, and release. Flex and point. Flex, point. One more. Flex and point. Rotate at the ankle and reverse. And bring your leg into figure 4 so you have ankle right on the top of the thigh, and open up, not pushing on the knee joint, just pushing on the inner leg, and release. Bring both legs straight out and just stretch, bringing your heels to one end of the room, fingertips to the other, and release. Bring this leg up. So the leg that was stretching before is now going to be the supporting leg, and the other leg comes up. That knee can be bent or straight, and remember to do as I say, not as you see me doing, and tuck your chin in your chest so that you have an orange there, so you're not migrating your chin up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands behind the hamstring. Take a breath in through the nose, and as you breathe out, lift up towards your knee, getting that stretch through the hamstring, and release. Let's do that again. Breath in through the nose, and lift up, and release. Straight leg or bent leg up, and flex, point, flex, point. One more. Flex and point. Rotate at the ankle, and reverse. And we're going to take that leg, make a figure 4, pressing the inner leg, not at the knee joint, but the inner leg, and just getting a little lengthening, little stretch, and release. We're going to bring both arms out to one side of the room, flex the feet one more time, and stretch through, feeling the stretch through the armpit. Take a breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth. We're going to come up just seated. So come up however you want to come up at this point, and sit cross-legged. We're going to get a little more stretch through the hips and through the side of the body. So sitting in this cross-legged position, lock your hips down onto the floor and bring one arm up and over, and reaching, keep the shoulder down, stretching through the side, through the waist. Rotate forward, back to the center, and forward, and back to the center, and bring it up. Take the same to the same side, rotate to the side, keeping your hip locked down. We did a lot of work through the torso, and release. Cross the other way, so uncross your legs and then recross them. And we're going to bring this hand up and over, using this hand to support, locking your hip down onto the floor, keeping the shoulder away from the ear, and rotate forward, and come back to the center, forward, back to the center. We'll do that one more time. Coming forward, And back to the center. Come up. Bring this arm down. Bring this outer arm around and get that rotation through the waist. And release. We're going to get a little more stretch through the outer hips. So walk your hands forward, looking down toward the floor. So stretches out the lower back. And then as you drop your chin down toward your chest, you get a little more opening through the upper back. Walk the fingers out. And then roll up. Chin stays to the chest. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Head and neck are the last to come up. Nod no. One more time this direction, one more time this direction, and come back to the center and nod yes. Keeping the shoulders down so the movement is just coming through the head and the neck. One more time, nod yes. And come back to the center. We're going to come up to standing and finish this out. And take a big breath in through the nose. And blow out. Bring the shoulders up, back, down. One more. Good breath in, bringing good energy in. Bring the hands together at the top and open the chest. And let's thank our bodies for what they have done for us today. I thank you for working out with me. My name is Maureen, and this has been Total Strength. I hope you have a great rest of your day.